presentation, we will look at certain aspects and the impact of the ketogenic diet on long-term health and well-being. Your questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. We will look at the factors in nutrition, diet, and a healthy lifestyle, and the role they could play in enabling us and to enhance well-being and empowering us to make healthier choices and live a balanced and contented long life. How are healthy habits and lifestyles determined and formed? And how does one go about accomplishing this often difficult task? Which diet should one follow? How effective are these diets in the short and long term in resulting in weight loss? Is the weight loss permanent with these diets? And what can be done to minimize the risk of regaining the weight? What factors need to be taken into consideration in maximizing the chances of success and in maintaining optimal health and hopefully preventing, or at the very least, minimizing the risks of being afflicted by chronic conditions and at times devastating conditions such as various kinds of cancer, diabetes, coronary cardiovascular conditions, degenerative brain conditions, and arthritis, among other devastating conditions. Not to mention how emotional well-being could be achieved and enhanced, and how dreadful conditions could be avoided. Our choice of effective strategies are likely to have a bearing on the risk factors and the likelihood of these conditions developing and how effectively they are managed. Nutrition, diet, and the choice of lifestyle can have a crucial role in whether we succeed or not. Different people will have different objectives and priorities. These objectives and priorities can range from wanting to be at a more desirable weight to being more active and fit to having more physical and mental energy to having more stamina and clarity of mind. Whatever your objective, the choice of nutrition, diet, and lifestyle can significantly impact the outcome. But with so much competing and conflicting information and often confusing nutritional advice, it can be difficult to make the right choice. The ketogenic diet appears to be one of the most promising and effective ways to lose weight, balance hormones, boost brain health, and even reverse disease. In order to make it easier to accomplish your goals, Dr. Josh Axe has written the Keto Diet book, which is accessible, easy to follow and understand, and straightforward to implement. Dr. Axe says he also trained to be a doctor specializing in functional medicine and learned about the wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine and the ancient Indian Ayurvedic medicine, which made sense to him. He says these practices work with your body rather than against it. Instead of looking at an illness in isolation, these traditional approaches look at the patient holistically and take the whole person into consideration and aim to heal the root causes of disease and restore overall health while eradicating illness. It looks at the whole picture. Dr. Axe says when he came across the ketogenic diet, he was amazed by the research. He was blown away. Here is a diet that actually transforms the way the body uses macronutrients, shifting your main fuel source from carbohydrates to healthy fat. The process of shifting the fuel source from carbohydrates to healthy fats by the body is called ketosis. Dr. Axe says the only other approach that can achieve the same result is fasting. He believes the ketogenic, or keto for short, ketogenic diet can be a game changer for people who have struggled for years to lose weight because it literally turns your body into a fat burning machine. Simultaneously, the overall health implications are profound. They can be life-changing. The ketogenic diet can reduce inflammation, as in arthritis, as in many of the autoimmune diseases. It can balance vital hormones like insulin to regulate your glucose and boost brain health. Dr. Axe says during his research, he discovered that for decades, the ketogenic diet had been used to treat epilepsy and diabetes and was being explored for other illnesses, including cancer. Dr. Axe says when he was a young man, he learned that his mother had breast cancer, which had spread to the lymph nodes. He says, as a result of the cancer and the side effects of the treatment, his mother struggled with depression, hypothyroidism, constipation, and chronic fatigue syndrome, or CFS, and her personality changed from an energetic, active, and positive one to a negative one. An idea took hold in his mind and he decided to become a doctor. The treatment usually recommended for cancer has been surgery followed by radiation, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. Dr. Axe told his mother that he believed there was an alternative and better way, one that would strengthen the body's natural healing mechanisms and powers and support her overall health and offer a sane, sustainable, and scientifically sound approach to lifelong well-being. He learned all he could about cancer and nutrition, as well as herbs and antioxidants. You may ask, what are antioxidants? Basically, your body produces free radicals, which are unstable, and they will try to steal an electron from healthy cells, and that could initiate cancer. That's why you need antioxidants to neutralize the free radicals. He learned all he could about cancer and nutrition, as well as herbs and antioxidants. He reached out to some of the world's leading integrative medicine physicians for advice on nutrition and lifestyle changes that could support the immune system, immunity, and healing. Dr. X says they got rid of all the processed foods in her cupboards and filled the fridge with vegetables, herbs, healthy proteins, as well as wholesome fat and bone broth. He started making vegetable juices using celery, spinach, ginger, lemon, and beetroots, and encouraged his mother to drink them. They started buying wild caught omega 3 fatty acids, which lower inflammation. She started eating a variety of mushrooms, including shiitake, cordyceps, and reishi, which in traditional Chinese medicine is known as the mushroom of immortality. She started using herbs like milk thistle, which is known to detoxify the body. It basically detoxifies the liver. She also started using turmeric, which is a potent anti-inflammatory that may play a role in reversing a variety of diseases, including cancer. Dr. X says she started getting lymphatic massages, praying, and doing positive affirmations. 4 months after the initial cancer diagnosis, she went to see her specialist for a CT scan. He could hardly believe the images. The tumor had shrunk to half its original size without involving any chemotherapy or radiation. 9 months after her diagnosis, she was in almost complete remission. 13 years later, she was still cancer free. Dr. Axe emphasizes that patients should not ignore their doctor's advice. Life-altering decisions should only be made with the help of trusted healthcare practitioners and professionals and based on unique characteristics of each individual diagnosis. Dr. Axe believes by bolstering your body's defenses, the immune system, with nutrition makes sense, no matter what health challenges you are facing. Dr. Axe believes his ketogenic diet is a scientific way to lower inflammation, correct hormonal imbalances, jumpstart weight loss, and transform your health and give you a good chance of, of a disease-free future. The ketogenic diet does not involve hunger, doesn't involve uh, deprivation, and it doesn't involve calorie counting. The ketogenic diet is a healthy, high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbohydrates. The keto diet fundamentally changes the way your body burns calories by shifting the source of energy that your brain and muscles obtain from carbohydrates to healthy fats, ketosis. It forces your body to let go of the stubborn spare tire around the belly, a fat that is undesirable cosmetically and largely responsible for the health problems that go hand in hand with being overweight as well as for other associated conditions. Dr. Axe believes the ketogenic diet can work for you when every other diet has failed. The approach is grounded in science, but it is based on the way humans have been eating since the beginning of time. Our ancestors did not have access to grocery stores overflowing with cereals, chips, macaroni and cheese, and food was definitely not available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their sustenance came from nature, from organic plants, from herbs, from berries, from nuts, from seeds, and free-range meat when they successfully managed to hunt. They experienced periods when food was plentiful and abundant, and when food was scarce. During the intermittent famines, their bodies went into ketosis. As explained previously, ketosis is the health promoting state in which the body burns fat rather than carbohydrates for the fuel it needs to function. You can get into ketosis with fasting, or you can get there with the ketogenic diet. The approach, the ketogenic diet, was discovered in the 1920s when researchers and doctors working at the Johns Hopkins University and the Mayo Clinic were looking for ways to treat patients with intractable seizure disorders such as epilepsy and diabetes. Just to give you an idea, 1 gram of carbohydrate contains 4 calories. 1 gram of protein contains 4 calories. 1 gram of fat, the same weight, has 9 calories. That's why it's important the choice of fat is healthy rather than unhealthy processed fat, which is almost in every food that we eat. The books that I made use of in preparing this presentation are Keto Diet by Dr. Josh Axe, Keto for Cancer by Miriam Kalomian, who has a Master of Education. She also has a Master Science in Human Nutrition. In Human Nutrition. Third book was Keto Clarity by Jimmy Moore. The fourth one was The Green Foods Bible by David Sandoval. And the fifth one was Ultra Processed People by Chris Van Toleken. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. Thank you.